Hey everyone. So I wanted to make this video of rehousing my scorpion, and I have to start over because I hit the wrong button, so the video just stopped. So I hope that I can get this video in without accidentally ending the video. So I'll show you. I'll try not to end the video and mess up. So I want to rehouse my Asian forest scorpion. I named him Neo the Sable, which I have a nameplate coming in that I'm going to put on the new tank. When I bought him, he was in a smaller tank, but then I put him into this aquarium tank, and I bought something that's not as tall, but a little bit longer, similar width as well. But I'm gonna add some different substrate because the substrate that I bought from the shop has a lot of wood chips in it. And that probably helps retain the moisture, but I think I'd rather try using a smoother substrate of dirt, and I'm gonna put some peat moss in there, and I actually bought these leaves, so I put some leaves in there. But he's under the driftwood right now, and so I want to rehouse him into a larger tank. I've only had him for, let's see, I'm gonna take the driftwood off. He's probably not gonna be very happy though, but he's gonna have to deal with it. So there he is. In fact, I wonder if I can put the light on. I mean, in a way, it could be better that I messed up video, because then now I can show you something different. But there he is. I think it's really cool that he glows under the light. And I've only had him for like a month or so, and he is not eaten yet. And I think they eat about once a week. But I think I read that scorpions can last up to not eating for a whole year. So he doesn't look malnourished. You can see his membrane on his side. He looks like he's still, healthy. And but I've been trying to feed him. He may have eaten the one mealworm, but I don't really know because I didn't see anything. I don't usually leave them in there, but I seen like some mealworm parts on top of the driftwood one day, so but I'm not sure if he ate or not, but there he is. I think it's really cool that scorpions can hold their breath and stay underwater for, I don't remember how long, but for a long time. And it's really cool, they have their eyes on top. And I never really thought that I would like a scorpion so much because it's kind of like similar to a spider. This is an Asian forest scorpion, so I think it might possibly be a little bit more aggressive than an emperor scorpion. They're very similar, but the emperor scorpion has larger claws. But if a person gets stung by them, not being allergic is basically, I don't think a lot of people are allergic to it, but would be kind of similar to a bee sting. So that's cool, and I got my friend Scorpion too, and I'm like, this is actually really cool, and that's actually when I decided to get one for myself. And he just basically stays on our driftwood, and he doesn't really venture out too much. When I had the driftwood in there, he actually grabbed onto this hygrometer and was just hanging there. So, and for some reason, I don't know if it's because maybe I'm not misting it enough, but it's hard for me to keep the humidity up to even to 50%. And they usually like to have the humidity to 75 to 80%. So, and you can see here the temperature is 80 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So the soil is moist. I don't want there to be mold or anything, but maybe it's not wet enough. So I don't know. I'm gonna rehouse them again into this tank, this other tank that I bought, and I think that's probably gonna be it. I also have a heating pad here for the winter time, but I don't think I'm gonna be needing that, honestly. Especially at this time because it's summer out. So this is what I bought on Amazon. Also, I've been trying to feed it mealworms, and I also have tried crickets, and I have these roaches. And I'm actually really surprised that these roaches are still alive because I don't put any food in there. I don't know if I'm supposed to put food in there, but they're still alive. And I barely even put water in there, so they're still alive. So I should probably put more water in there, but maybe they're surviving off the cardboard. But I know that leaving crickets in the tank is a bad idea. And I think leaving mealworms in the tank is also can be a bad idea, at least for spiders, because, you know, I watched some of those spider feeding videos, like exotic layer or so forth, that if you leave like a mealworm in there, it'll turn into like a beetle, which can be harmful for spiders. So I would think that it would be harmful for scorpions too. But yeah, so this is the tank. So you can see it's a little bit shorter, but longer and the same width. So I want to add a little bit of decorations in here. And then here is, I said peat moss, but I don't even know. It says sphagnum moss. Lizard, turtle, frog, plants. So I'm going to add that on top, trying to retain the moisture and keep it humid in there. I have bark, maybe so it can climb easier and go underneath. Here's a water dish, but I think this might be too deep, so I don't want to do that. And it came with these tongs on the right, which are a little bit thinner than these ones that I bought at the shop on the left. I think I'd probably prefer to use the straight tongs, but I mean, either way. I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, these are easier to... These ones here. And I guess it doesn't really matter. But anyways. But then it also came with a bottle, which is just a regular bottle. And usually with these kind of bottles, you know, if you tilt it too much, then it stops spraying. So, I bought this bottle on Amazon. It came in a 2-pack, I think. And a little ball at the end. So it enables me to spray upside down, sideways, and whatnot, and it keeps spraying, so it's really convenient. And also, I bought some leaves here, so I have a pack of leaves. And here's the substrates that I bought on Amazon. I mean, it's smoother, it's lighter, obviously, because it's dry, but, it seems like the other substrate that I bought that's inside the other tank seems to also have charcoal pellets in there. So in wood chips and charcoal pellets, it's supposed to keep the humidity inside the tank, but you know, I'm still having maybe I have too much airflow inside the other tank. But here's the thing, like, this is the top of the lid, and this is the lid. Seems like there's a lot of airflow up here, so I don't know how much humidity I can keep in the tank. But I guess I'll see what happens. I also wanted to get a hide for him. Because I don't know, I mean, really likes the driftwood, but I figured this will be more comfortable, and then he can have like more room to like at least walk around, have more flatter area. So I wanted to make a video adding everything in, but it's kind of hard, you know, because I only have like one hand, and I don't have like a tripod or anything. But I can probably, you know, if I stop the video, then the video is just gonna cut off. So, I can probably, because I have a flip phone, I can probably try to set this on the counter and see how this turns out. So, you know, keep it going. I don't know what it looks like though, because it's against the wall. I guess you can kind of see some of the stuff. I'll show you how. I'll put stuff up to the camera, I guess. Okay. So, I can't see myself, so I don't know what I look like on the camera when I'm talking to you guys. So, if you can see me, I'm going to put some of the substrate in with this cup. Let's see what the cup looks like. Alright. So I'm going to put this in there with the cup. I can probably just dump it in, but whatever. Just picked any random cup. Now I don't know what this white stuff is in here though. Looks like it could be small wood chips. No, I don't know. But I'm just trying to. I put it in this bag to mix it up a little bit more. I don't really have much room to like. Not like I have a big work table or something right now, so. So this might take a while, but whatever. And so researching, I think scorpions, or it's recommended to add at least 3 inches of substrate. That way they have room to burrow. So it's really cool. It's a very easy pet to have. Because they don't really eat much, obviously. You know, mine hasn't eaten yet. Very easy, just monitor their water. And they're really cool, but they're nocturnal, so, you know, if you're not watching, you know, you probably never see them, you know, you have to watch them come out at night. Sometimes mine doesn't even come out at night, just stays underneath the driftwood. I don't know if having 2 scorpions in one tank is a good idea, which I haven't really searched that yet. So it looks like 1 bag of substrate so far right now has already reached like roughly 3 inches. So I don't want to put too much in there, but I also want him to have room. He or she, I don't even know if there's a female or male scorpion. I know there's different types of scorpions. Like, one scorpion has the ability to be a male and have babies. So it's kind of strange. You know, like, it's interesting. So I don't know if mine's a male or female, but I think this is probably good enough. So I have a lot. I'm just going to leave the cup inside the bag. I don't use it anyway. So I have a lot of substrate left over. probably keep it in its box. I think I got some dirt in my eye. Crap. Okay. So, this is what the side looks like. That looks like it. I think it looks like it'd be good. Maybe it's a little bit low right here, but I think it's enough room for him to at least walk around. So, let's see. I might use my finger to measure one. Actually, you know, that might not even be enough. 1, 2. I think 2 to 3 might be pretty good, but 1. That's 2 inches, and I add 1, 2, 3. I think that might be too much substrate. I think that's pretty good though to burrow, to make like holes and whatnot. So that looks like it'd be good, I think. So I'm gonna wet it down. Put this back. I'm gonna add some more water to this real quick. So I'm gonna use this bottle, and you can see how well it sprays without having to stop. So I don't want it to be soaking wet, but I want it to be like, you know, damp. And obviously if I spray the surface of it, then underneath won't be wet either. So I think I might have to like spray for a while. So it needs to recharge though, but you can still like you can still spray like this. So as you can see, you see what it looks like. So the water bottle's upside down and I'm still spraying. So it's really cool. Now here's the thing, I don't know how often to change the substrate because I don't want there to be mold. So I know that keep a lookout for mold, and you know if there's anything like anything that needs to be taken out. But I don't know how long to keep the substrate in there yet before it has to be changed. Spray's pretty good. But the underneath it is still kind of like still kind of powdery and wet. So this might take a while. Maybe it only works for so long. My hand's all dirty from dirt. Maybe it'll be better. Well, if I pour water in, maybe mix it up. it seems kind of like, the other substrate that I have isn't powdery. So I wonder why they made this substrate like this. We had good reviews. Yeah, I'm gonna add like a cup of water. I'm gonna put some in there. It's okay. I don't want it to be like. It's really hard to. I'm just gonna mix it up and try to. I don't want it powdery, but I don't want it like super damp either. Alright. Interesting. It should last for a while, I think. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, that's a lot better. I don't know if I want to keep. Probably put a little bit more in there, yeah. I'll be back again. Be back. Alright. I'm not sure how easy it is for you to hear me. I'm probably mumbling. It's not soaking wet, so that might be good enough. No, not here on the side. Still kind of wet on the side. Which I could probably put in the description box. The type of materials that I bought. That way, if you want to see what kind of substrate that I bought, you can check it out. If you have any suggestions, you can leave a comment. Anything with suggestions. I was gonna get a desert scorpion. Desert Harry, I think, that they had it there. But that takes an entirely different enclosure that I would have to get. Like probably maybe one day. Okay, so I know my right hand is full of mud, but that's what it looks like. So it's not soaking wet, but I guess all I have to do is really check it, like maybe every week I'll just like take all the decorations out and just check out the whole substrate, make sure that it's wet enough. Maybe that's the reason why I can't keep a lot of humidity in there. Maybe the other substrate I'm not keeping wet enough. Alright, so let me add my decorations. Let me go and wash my hand first. So the scorpion actually moved and went right back under the driftwood. So it turns out, apparently, Asian forest scorpions, they don't really tend to sting very much. They don't go for stinging right away. They'll more so try to run in danger or use their claws as defense. So, but I think that like a desert hairy would be more prone, probably the same way, but maybe more prone to using their stinger. But I'm not sure. So I want to put this in here, but I don't want it. I want to put it down a little bit, you know, so that way it's kind of inside of the dirt. And that looks like it would provide a lot of shelter. So I think I'm gonna leave it like that. Looks pretty good. And I can probably add some moss. In fact, I didn't research if I should put the moss in here. But, you know, it's an Asian forest scorpion and forest has moss in it, so it should be fine. I mean, it's for... They didn't put lizard, you know, scorpion in here, but, you know, lizard, turtle, snake, frog, water plant. So, I don't see anything wrong with it. Let's see if I can open it. I actually like the look of this enclosure a lot better. You know, I can actually have more room for more decorations in, but... So the moss is interesting. Obviously, I have to wet it, so I guess I'll just take out some chunks of it and put it here into areas. This is all new to me because I've never done any of this before. I've never really... This is my first time owning a scorpion, so it's fun. I mean... So I'm gonna rip apart some moss, and I'll spray bottle it. I don't know if I want to put it in the tank the whole, like too much in the tank, but I want to keep some of it in there so I can keep some kind of moisture. I don't want to mix it. I just want it to be on top a little bit. This huge bag, I'm sure, will last a while. We'll put a lot in here. Ooh. Interesting. I mean, definitely the scorpion should feel like home now. Kind of like home, but more so. Wanted to add leaves to make it more like foresty. It definitely smells like moss. So let me give that spray. I mean, maybe that'll be too moisture. No, it doesn't want to spray, so, but Still pretty good. Maybe if I pack it down into thirds. Maybe I can wash some of the side off. Alright, that looks pretty good, I think. Now I'm going to add some leaves. I don't want to add too many of anything, so yeah, a little bit of leaves here and there. Make it look like a forest, kind of. I think that's pretty good. I'll spray it down a little bit more. Definitely smells like a forest now. Now let me add the bark. I don't know what these are. I think that they'd maybe go on the bottom. I'm not positive. But it's not, I don't think I need that anyway. I'm not gonna add all the bark because I think that'd be too much, but maybe maybe a large piece here. Maybe two. Maybe I'll add two. And I can put some here. Kind of like a ramp. Maybe? Maybe I'll put one. Not sure. Give them options of different hideouts, you know. That looks like it'll be okay, I think. And then I'll add this decoration right there. One right here. And then kind of stuck it in the mud a little bit to kind of like, you know, give it more stability. So it won't be so easily moved. I don't think I want to add this other one. I think 2 is good enough. Alright, I'm still going to keep this in case I use it for anything else. I'm not sure what these here are. I think I'm going to try to use these thinner ones, but okay. See how it looks. Like so. I think those were to screw on the top to make sure that it doesn't come off. So that's pretty good. Looks like it's a pretty durable tank too, and I can add that in the description box below. Or, you know, in the description box. Seems pretty durable. Just gotta get it on. I like that it's a clear tank and has like a very sturdy top. And it can see a little bit more, you know, easier to. Okay. Now if I can just get the top on. Doesn't seem like it's big enough. Maybe I'm not. Maybe it needs to be this way. Maybe that's why. Shouldn't matter. Well. This is probably the most challenging part of the time, so. I like how it opens though. I mean, it's pretty. But it doesn't seem. I don't know what's stopping it. Looks like the corners are not. I don't want to break either, so. So that's my side. Just gotta get this corner, and I don't know. Wow. Let me try to pause this real quick. Alright. Got it. Alright, there you go. That is. I'm not gonna film screwing these bolts in. But that's what it looks like now. See, it has a lot of room now to go in there. I think I like that a lot better than the driftwood. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Now, the fun part is to get him to go in there. I don't know if I want to put the driftwood in there. I definitely don't want to put this in there. I mean, it glows in the dark, but I want something that's more, maybe for like some other scorpion or. And obviously, I'm gonna put this water dish back in this tank here. I'll probably put it on the side. And it would be really cool to be able to see him drink water. So if I do catch any time that he does eat, I'll try to film it and add it to my channel. And these hydrometers and these thermometers are on the tank already, so I don't know if I can transfer these over, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get them to go in this tank, and then I'll be right back. And you know what's really cool? It's like, ever since I picked him up the one time, I feel more comfortable, and he's very easy to handle. So yeah, I just put him in here. Probably grumpy because I woke him up. But you can see the membrane on his side, and he seems to be well fed, but I don't know why he's not wanting to eat a lot. So, but yeah, he's probably gonna explore. Seems like he's moving around a lot better, and he didn't try to bite me or sting me. He just was like, "What the heck are you doing?" And I just backed him onto my hand, and I put him in here. He always wanted to be slow. And that's it. That is the rehousing video. So I think it's really cool. Now I gotta figure out how to put the glow in the dark light on here. Well, if you stayed until the end, thanks for watching, and if you have any suggestions, just leave a comment. Thanks. Take care.